Hi, everyone. Joanna here, founder of She Became. Thank you once again for tuning in to meet another board member with She Became. Today, we have Lakiesha McDonald with us, and I'm really excited for you to get to know her, get to know a little bit about her background and what she does here at She Became and in life. So, Lakeisha, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello, by the way. It's good to see you. So, like you said, my name is Lakiesha. I have been in the Valley. I moved to Tracy about maybe 15 or 16 years ago. That kind of led me to Modesto, where I started a job at Modesto Junior College. I've been there for almost 7 years as a program specialist for the Career Services Center. But I think that most people would probably say that they know me for doing a lot of motivational speaking throughout the 209 area. That's actually how you and I met. But not only do I work for MJC, but I also have just recently started my own small business where I do professional development training, coaching, helping women like yourself and me achieving your professional goals. One of the reasons why I do the work that I do at MJC, which is really, really doing the very best I can to just provide outlets and just to provide opportunities for people to see themselves beyond where they are today, to connect to their purpose and their passion, is primarily because I think that we all come from something, me included, and the feeling of knowing that you could possibly be the light at the end of someone's very dark tunnel. So for me, it's always been about connecting to other people's dark places or other people who maybe don't see who they can become and connecting them to their potential. And so I get that opportunity to do that at MJC, and I also get the opportunity to do it in my business with helping people to reach their professional goals. So that's just a little bit about me.
Yeah, awesome. And you're right. Like the first time we met was when you were the MC at the African American conference at MJC three years ago.
3 years, yeah.
And yeah, when Monique and I were there, like the moment that we heard you speak, I was like, we need her at She Became. And, after our growing relationship, here we are almost 3 years later, and you have become part of the board and an incredible team member. And just overall, like your wisdom and who you are has just been a perfect fit. So we really appreciate you here at She Became. Yes, absolutely. So what are some of your favorite things that you love to do, like on your personal time?
Man, that's a great question. I don't really get asked that very much, but I'm really, really big on family. I have 3 adult nieces that I absolutely adore, and they have blessed me with a total of 6 nephews. Well, 5 nephews, and then I have 1 from my brother. And so spending time with my family is everything to me. Hanging out with my boys is like everything to me. I'm very close. I have a very close group of friends, and we like to go on our girls' trips and, just find ways to uplift one another and find ways to just do things that we love to do. But in my spare time, I think what people would really be kind of surprised to know about me is that I am like super introverted. So truthfully, I could be home watching a movie or reading a book and be perfectly content, but mostly with my boys. So yeah, my nephews.
That's awesome. So you just really love that quality time with your loved ones.
Absolutely. Awesome. There's nothing to me that's more important than family. And actually, I'm so driven by wanting to leave some type of legacy for my nieces and my nephews. And so, yeah, that's really important to me, spending that time with them.
That is so powerful. And you're pretty active too, right? You play like different sports. What sports do you play?
I am a softball player. So, I played, I've done throughout my lifetime. So I've played basketball all through high school. I was on a skiing team where I raced downhill and giant slalom. But as of late, it's softball. And of course, because of where we're at with the whole COVID-19, we haven't been able to get out there. But that's what I've been doing probably the last 5 or 6 years. and then going to the gym. But like, I really love playing softball. It's
Softball.
my body is getting a little old for it, but you know, they're gonna have to drag me off the field.
That can't be taken away from you. Awesome.
Okay.
What are some of the community projects that you have been a part of in the past?
So, you know, one of the organizations that I work closely with, which is also affiliated with MJC, is the Emotion program. That's a program that caters to our African American students throughout the community, where we provide mentorship. We provide opportunities for them to be a part of workshops and trainings that are going to get them connected to opportunities after going to college, as well as getting them connected with opportunities to transfer from MJC to four-year colleges if that's their choice, or to maybe do some entrepreneurship type things. Of course, working closely with She Became prior to being a board member, just doing a lot of work with She Became and being out in the community. My primary thing, though, has been conducting workshops and trainings. Like I said, starting my own business, workshops and trainings that have any and everything to do with professional development, soft skills workshops, how to interview, how to brand yourself, marketing yourself, anything that connects that person who is looking at making any type of a life-changing career move. That's really where my focus has been.
That's awesome. And how have you seen like your past community projects? How did that help you now jump on board with joining the She Became board?
Well, because I think that it's really important for people to be able to know that, like I said earlier, that we all have a history and that we all didn't just arrive to this, you know, this positive place. And, you know, a lot of people, some bits and pieces of my story. If you've heard me speak at any of the community events, and for those who haven't, I candidly speak about dealing with severe depression and anxiety for, a great part of my life. And so for me, being able to share that openly with people, and then hearing how, something that just little old me said really changed someone else's life, or it ignited them, or to talk to somebody and say, man, I know what it's like to wake up and have to go to a job that you hate to go to day in and day out, but you don't know your value and your worth. And telling people, that I understand where you're at right now. Like, I've literally been where you're at right now. And so I think that having platforms to be candid, because I've always said that transparency is my therapy now. And so that's just what it's all about for me, is like everything has led me to becoming a part of the board, but also to becoming this person that is known in the community to be used to uplift women and to connect them to their purpose and their passion, and to show them that where you are today is not the end of the chapter. Whether that's bad or whether you're in the best place in your life, there are still other chapters that that you're going to have to be aggressively pursuing, to get to your true purpose. And I use the word aggressively because that's how we should be going after the things that we want and who we want to become. We should be pursuing that person aggressively.
Yes. That's awesome how a lot of your community projects have led you to now become part of the She Became board. And what would you say is your current life mission right now?
I want people to stop giving their very best to people and organizations that don't appreciate them. And so I would say that, my purpose is to show people how to become the best version of themselves, how to not just the motivational love yourself type of thing, but I often say that when we hit an adverse time, the voice that's going to resonate the loudest is the one that is in your head. It's not going to be my encouraging words or your encouraging words. It's going to be being able to encourage yourself to be the phoenix of your own situation, so that you're rising out of your own fires. And I don't know if a lot of people have that ability or even realize that. And then the ones who do, I think it's our responsibility to make sure that across the board, we're going to other women and saying, whoa, wait a minute. Do you even know your potential? Do you even know that these organizations that you are clocking into every day, what you're giving them, you could either go do it for some place that's going to love and appreciate you and compensate you the way you deserve to be compensated, or you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You can start yourself. And so my biggest goal right now is to help people to have a complete and total mind shift, and to go from a I'm okay mentality to a win mentality.
Now, when you spoke at the positive speaker series at MJC,
Yes.
you said something very powerful. And I know this wasn't planned, but I'm sure in less than a minute you can explain what win means.
Win, work, invest in yourself, and to never give up. So those are the three qualities that I believe it takes in order for us to be able to connect to what it is that we really want to do and who it is that we really want to become. And listen, not every person is going to be cut out to do something like own a business, or, you know, wins look different for us all. But it takes three components. You must be willing to do the work on yourself.
Yeah.
You must be willing to do the work on yourself. You must be willing to invest. Sometimes that's time. Sometimes that's financially. Like, I've just paid money to get a coach to help me with some things that I don't know how to do in order to further my business. And so sometimes it's a financial investment. Invest in other people, because you have to give. When you're taking from the atmosphere, you have to give back into the atmosphere. And so you're not only just investing in yourself, you invest in other people. And then the most important thing is that there will be more reasons to quit than not. It's just a reality. We will have more excuses to give up, and they will be legitimate, but you must never give up. And that's how you get your win, your work, invest, never give up.
Yes. I completely agree. Like, there's so many excuses or negative thoughts that cross your mind. And I just heard a message the other day, and it was capture that thought. Like, where is that thought coming from? What is the root of it, and where is it trying to go? And as long as you take, like, notice it, then you can control it. You can kick it out of your mind and just overall change that mindset. So I love what you're saying. Yes.
That's so, listen, you just gave me a word right there. I'm gonna take that. You know, that's so good, because the truth of the matter is many of us remain stagnant because we're fearful, and that fear is rooted from what people have spoken over us. And words are so powerful. And so oftentimes we repeat those dead words over our lives, and we have to learn how to speak life into ourselves. And so, yes, you got to grab that nasty stuff from the root.
Take
throw
it.
it where it needs to
Take
go.
it out. Yes.
Take it out and throw it away, because you are destined for greatness, period.
Yes. Yes.
That's it, period. We all are.
Mm-hmm. Completely agree. Now, so what are some of the things going forward that you're currently doing that align with your mission?
So there's a couple of things there. I'm really excited that in September, I'm going to be launching another professional development workshop. It's going to have 4 different workshops that are going to all come with like workbooks, and we're really going to dig into helping people to reach their professional goals. And I'm doing that independently under LRM Growth Solutions, which is the name of my business. I'm also really excited about some of the things that we have coming up with She Became, because we're also going to be doing a string of workshops and a string of trainings. So I'm just going to throw this out there, folks. If whoever's watching this, if you guys have ideas about things that you're interested in and that you want to know and that you'd like for me to do a workshop on, please email me.
Yes.
Or, you know, send us some type of message to let us know, because this is really for you all. But those are a couple of things I'm super excited about, is doing that work with She Became. Because I think that we have a great demographic of women that are hungry for some good information and some good life lessons, and then also helping women to get connected to their dream career. So those are my 2 biggest missions right now. I want people to stop going to dead end jobs, and then I'm speaking life over people with some amazing workshops.
Awesome. I completely agree. A lot of exciting things are coming up. Our way, your way, it's just every way. There's tons of opportunities. And though it may not be all on social media, like, it's being worked on behind the scenes. And often, you know, it's in these silent moments or these times of rest or these times of silence
Mm-hmm.
when good and quality work is just being done and created and
Yeah,
really curated, right?
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, Lakeisha, for anybody who's watching this video today, whether that be a woman or a young adult, what is your best advice for them, or what advice would you like to share with them today?
You know, I think that the one thing that I would like to leave anybody with is this is your season. You know, we're many of us are stuck at home, and it seems like we're in dire straits right now. But I really believe that life happens by way of seasons, and that we can't get any type of growth without having to experience each season. We need sunlight, we need rain, we
Mm-hmm.
need fall for the dead things to fall off of us. We need spring for those new things to rise up. And I really believe that we are in a season of growth, and that there are no excuses. And whatever those excuses are, whatever those reasons are, whatever those obstacles are, that, I just want to speak life over that for you. And I just want to let you know that there is nothing, and I know that this sounds very cliche, but there is nothing that you cannot achieve and that you cannot accomplish once you determine that that is who you want to be, that is where you want to go. And so I want to encourage people to set goals, obtainable goals, and to write out an action plan and to proceed to your destination of accomplishment, achievement, and greatness.
Awesome. Gosh, I wish I was taking some notes, but I just have to ask you. And for anyone that may have any questions, and if you're watching this video through YouTube or through our social media account, if you leave a comment or if you reach out to us, either or, Lakeisha's going to share how you can contact her. Send us a message, send her a message, and we can definitely connect with you. So tell us of what the lesson is that you have learned overall in life that you would like to share with others.
Um,
a lot of good ones, right?
wow, there's so many, there's so many nuggets, but I think that the most important is that, your self-worth and your value is not negotiable.
Mm.
I think that everything is connected to how we feel about ourselves. And so for me, the greatest lesson that I ever learned came after I had maybe my third or fourth session of therapy to get my mind right. And I began to realize the potential that I had. I began to realize that I was letting other people determine my worth and my value, and it was always undervalued. And so I think that what I have learned over these past years, and I have a birthday coming up. And so it's funny because somebody was saying, tell me what have you learned in these 40 something years that you've been on this planet? And that's the one thing, is that my worth and my value is not negotiable. I don't negotiate it with myself. Therefore, I won't have that conversation and be willing to negotiate it with anyone else. So stand firm on the fact that you are worth something, that you are valuable, and that you determine what that is. No one else. No one else.
That's awesome. I hope that if you're watching this video, you really felt that and that you really believe that. And as you can see, there's women that stand behind She Became and with She Became, that believe in you, and that we want to help you believe that.
Yes.
So, and when would you say was maybe the happiest season of your life?
When I came to the conclusion that, and I know that I sound repetitive, but the only way that people will really understand this is if you are a person who's ever dealt with depression and anxiety, coming out of that darkness and waking up that first morning and feeling for the first time that you are truly on a path of healing, of waking up that first time and walking over to your curtains and pulling the curtains back and letting in sunlight for the first time in days. When I got to that point in my life, it seemed like everything began to take off for me. that my options changed, because when you are in a dark place, everything around you, right, is suppressed.
Mm-hmm.
And when that light comes out, you start seeing things in color, and you start seeing things that give you life. You know what I mean? I don't really know if a person who hasn't experienced, and I think we all have experienced a time in life where we just feel terribly sad, or, you know, maybe you've been through a divorce, right? Or, you know, maybe you've had someone pass away, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you're like mentally not healthy. It just means that your brain for just a moment is a little broken. And so the way that your perception is on things, you just can't quite wrap your head around it in a way where you can see it as a blessing or as an opportunity. And so I think that for me was when I could see the light of a future for myself for the first time. That was it for me. And I've been moving forward ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, as we come to an end of our interview today, do you have any last words for anybody watching this video?
Man, I want you to reach out to us. That's really what my last words are. With our She Became board, and with the, you know, events that we're planning, it comes from a place of us genuinely wanting to pour back into the community. If you see one of us and you can relate to one of us about something, and you need one of us to kind of walk you through what it is that you need to be walked through, or you have an opportunity for us to share something with young women, or even more mature women, because that's the great thing about She Became, is that we have all the way from the 20s up to, well, I'm not going to say how old I am, but we have that as well. And that we're really dedicated to pouring into the lives of women. And so that's what I want to leave. And then lastly, again, if you're doing something, or you have an idea, or you have a plan and you don't know how to execute that, or you're feeling like you need more information, let us be that help, because we know a lot of people, and we could put on some great trainings and some great workshops. We can bring some great things to you. And that's really what I want to leave you with, is that we're an organization that embraces the opportunity to educate, to mentor, to pour back into our communities, and to create opportunities for you to be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I think we may ask you to do a little commercial for us. No, but I mean, that's what happens when you put heart and passion together, and women who are willing to invest into other women. It's about women empowering women, and not just saying it, but doing it. So thank you for walking alongside us. And if anybody wanted to contact you, how could they contact you?
So you can email me at hashtag, so it's HASHTAG.winningeveryday, one word, @gmail.com. Or you can email me at Lakiesha, LAKIESHA.McDonald@yahoo.com. So you can reach me at any one of those, and I really respond. I really talk back to you. So please reach out.
Awesome.
All right. My workshops, be paying attention to, because I've got some great workshops and trainings that are coming up. So if you're interested, reach out for that as well. And I love you, Joanna.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad that we're having these opportunities to interview each board member, and that our community gets to know who's behind She Became. And I'm really grateful for each team member here at She Became. I thought it was kind of funny that right now we're an all-woman board. So it wasn't planned, but that's how it happened. And I'm awesome at like letting just things flow as they are. So
and we really like each other, and we get along like really, really well. So
I know,
on all kind of levels. Look at us.
Yes. Awesome. Well, thank you again for watching this interview with our board member, Lakiesha McDonald.
Thank you.